Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Let's conduct the usual business now of question answer. I understand that dear brother Usman Chini Sahib has come prepared to ask a few questions regarding some fundamental similarities and dissimilarities between Confucianism and Islam, because that would be a very educative subject. I understand everybody would be extremely interested in that comparative study. So I invite now Usman Sahib to ask the questions which he has already prepared. Reference, wonderful. No, you better go there and ask the questions one after the other. That would be for my later use. Right? But you are very thorough, I know, you know. Yes, he has come fully prepared with all the references and everything.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum warahmatullah.
I don't know English well. I try my best, but you try your best to understand me.
Right.
Comparative studies between Islam and Confucianism, and the questions in connection with the way of proving superiority
Of Islam.
Yes. There are resemblances between Islam and Confucianism in some principles as well as some details. But as Confucianism is only for Chinese, only for a certain time, it is not a perfect religion. It is classical books of Confucianism. It's works of different persons which collected by Confucian and also born by king of Qin dynasty. It did not remain as it was. Therefore, we find Confucianism has some defects in comparison with Islam. Number one, concept of God. There are some reference in another page.
Yes.
Confucianism, as Islam, teaches unity of God. It remained in Confucianism, in Confucian unless for example, Confucius said, Gongshun-jia asked the master Kong, what is the meaning of the saying? It is better to pay court to the furnace than the southwest corner. Master said, not so. He was offense against God, has known to whom he can pray. Once
would you kindly repeat this slowly? Repeat this. Because I understand now your question will be based on this saying. Yes. So
Gongshun-jia asked the master Kong.
Who was this person who asked the question?
His disciple.
One of his disciples?
Yes.
Was he later on after his death, some important leader as who he inherited something from Confucius, or just an ordinary disciple? Just ordinary disciple.
Yes. What is the meaning of saying it is better to pay court to the furnace than
pay court?
It is just the place for idol worshipping.
Pay court to what?
To pay court to the furnace. It means beside the God, there are some statues. First of all, you should pray them. He said that I should not pray them. I only pray God.
Yes.
You mean to say.
That's right.
So what is the meaning of saying it is better to pay court to the furnace than the southwest corner? The master said, not so. He who offends against God has none to whom he can pray. It's useless to pray to another.
Quite.
When Confucius was frightened in Kwang place, he said, after the death of Wen Wang, he was not the cause of the truth lodged here in me. If God has wished to let this cause of the truth perish, then I, a mere mortal, should not have got such a relation to that cause.
Now, Usman Sahib,
Yeah.
I think it will be better if you also translate what you say into Urdu.
It was, I should not.
Why?
I think I leave some. Have no such time.
So Yamu Sahib is particularly tickling me,
Yes.
the way he's laughing.
Yeah.
But it's not a joke. I want to help you as well as myself.
Yes.
I know you have learned Urdu much better than English,
Yes.
number one.
Yes.
And number two, you can, there are people here
Yes.
who can understand English.
Yes.
If it is easy and simple English, they can hear it correctly too.
If I translate,
But I think most of the audience, even Ibrahim, will not be able to. See? So if you either use Urdu alone,
yes.
and let me try to translate it,
Yes. I think I
or
leave a
do it
reference.
both in English and Urdu, and
I leave a reference.
the reference will have to be read in English,
Yes.
and then they can be translated
Yes.
into Urdu.
Yes. I think only few simple. There are simple sayings.
But still, the foundation is laid in difficult sayings.
Yes.
So when we come to a simple saying, we will have no foundation to stand upon.
Yes.
So without understanding these important sayings, fundamental sayings,
Yes.
which you have already started quoting,
Yes.
will not be able to know what you mean later on.
Yes.
I mean, the direction you take
Yes.
later on will be based on this.
Yes.
No?
Yes. All right. I leave references. You should.
You need these references.
No, I leave it. Should I leave the references?
No, why you leave reference? The references are important.
Yes.
What I mean to say is, you can translate them in Urdu better than in English.
Yes.
And anyway, I have been studying in Jamia with you,
Yes.
so we have got so used to your Urdu now
Yes.
that it's not difficult at all for me to understand it.
All right.
And I'll translate it.
Yes. This is you. This reference.
No, when you give me, I'll tell the gist to the audience, what you said.
Yes.
Urdu में आप बताएं ना मुझे.
अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा. Well, all right. Confucius उनके जो मुक़द्दस किताब है उनमें से ये
हाँ देखा ये बहुत बेहतर उर्दू बोलते हैं.
ये
आगे आ जाए और आगे आ जाए.
आया है खुदा ईस्ट से आया है. मैं खुदा से डरता हूँ. मेरे अंदर ये जरूरत नहीं है कि मैं गलती करूँ. और खुदा के सलूक ऑलवेज हमेशा इस जैसे नहीं है.
क्या नहीं है?
खुदा का सलूक
हम जैसा.
खुदा का सलूक हमेशा तब्दीली होती रहती है. जो अच्छा काम करेगा
ठीक है,
वो अच्छा सलूक करेगा. जो गलत काम करेगा वो
गलत
वो साबित
इसी तरह का सलूक होगा. ठीक है.
और एक जगह ये भी कहा है कि मैंने ख्वाब नबी ने कहा है मैंने ख्वाब देखा है कि खुदा मुझे एक वजीर दिया है. और एक जगह ये भी कहा है कि